Hello everybody. I was sitting indoors and I was pulling faces at the cat and I was getting picture and no sound, so I thought I'd better come out and make a video. Right, as you can see, I've got two Royal Enfields here, both classics. One's a 350, the other one's a 500. What I want to do is tell you about what you get when you buy one. Now, both of these I've owned since new. I bought this one in lockdown in 2020. You had to think about that for a minute. Yeah, I bought it new. It was the last one in the dealers. There was no more. And like everybody else, I decided that if I was going to have one, I better have one now, because they're not going to make any more. And as soon as they said they're not making any more, they sold like hotcakes. So I was lucky to get one. I didn't get a test ride because there was no demonstrators at all. But I bought it anyway. And I thought, well, this is going to be an education, because I don't know how good this is going to be. But anyway. And the little classic 350, I bought that in 2022, brand new from the same dealer. And those of you who follow my channel know that I've got two of these and I've got two of these. Now, I want to talk about what you'll get and what they'll give you, each bike, the individual bike, what they'll do, what they will do, what they won't do, the pros and cons, if you like. Now, the 500 was the last 500 that Royal Enfield produced. It was the really last knockings of them. There's been no more 500 since. These are 27 horsepower, and it's got an advantage over the 350, is that it's a 500 instead of a 350. That's one big advantage. That allows it to have more power, more torque, and higher gearing. So the engine's a lot more lazy at the same speed as you're trying to do on this one. Now, the 350 has got less power, obviously. It's 20 horsepower, this is 27. And it has to be lower geared than this for the same sort of speed. This will cruise at 60, 70 mile an hour all day, for as long as you can stick it. And it's hardly turning over, really. This is geared up one tooth bigger on the gearbox sprocket, and it romps along, it really does. This one, you won't cruise at 70 all day with it. It's electronically limited to 72 miles an hour. So, will it cruise at 60? Well, it will, but if you're up against a headwind and a slight incline, no, you're not going to hold 60. And you'll be holding the throttle pretty much round to the stop if you're going to try and hold 60 and against those sort of conditions. Where this one, you don't. You can go up any headwind, any hill, or most hills on main roads, and never exceed half throttle. So these are a little bit lacking compared with this, but this is a 500 and this is a 350. So you can't put this into the same class as this one. Now, what do you get when you buy one of these? You get a really smooth running 350, a really nice running 350. They're so smooth, they really are. And you get good looks and a fair quality finish on them. I haven't polished this casing on this one yet. I've given it a wash, but I haven't given it a case clean. It's due, and so is this one. But you spend all your time cleaning bikes, don't you? I just tend to do them every now and then when they need it. So, fuel consumption. Now, interestingly, this will do more to the gallon than this. On the same routes, I've tried them on the same routes. This is about 19 miles to the gallon more than I can get out of this. This is unmodified, this is a stock bike. The Halcyon Green one I've got, it had mods on it. I bought that new as well, a week after I bought this one. And that ended up having all the mods on it, and I took them all off because the fuel consumption went right down and the performance was, well, I've dealt with all that in another video. Classic performance mods, are they worth it? So you'll find out what I think about that. They've both got 5-speed gearboxes. I think the gearbox on this is a little nicer to use than the one on this. They're both good, don't get me wrong, they're both good, but I think this one has got the edge on gear changes. Yeah, you get the 3-year warranty with a new bike, which this is an year out of warranty now. This bike has never given me a problem at all, not a problem. This one I got a puncture on the way home from buying it, from Norwich. I didn't even get home, and got a nail in the tyre. The little green Halcyon one, I've just finished changing a tube in the back of that because I picked up a barb off a piece of barbed wire. How it got off the wire and into my tyre, I don't know. But anyway, so I've added the tube to the forever rising pile of tubes that I've got to fix when I can find my puncture outfit. So yeah, going back to these are a good looking little bike for what they are. Draws a lot of attention. You know, you will always, if you park at a cafe or something like that, there'll always be somebody looking at it. I've even had people taking photographs of it. So yeah. Handling, what's the difference between the handling? No difference at all. They both handle superbly. But the frames were designed by Harris Performance, which Royal Enfield bought out. And Harris had a good reputation for making frames. They knew how to get a good geometry. So they both handle superbly, really well. Servicing, well, yes, every 3,000 miles you've got to change or adjust the tappets. It's not a big job. You've just got to lift the tank up, get the rocker cover off, and you can get in there and do it. You have to do it every 3,000 miles. The 500 has got hydraulic tappets. You don't need to check the valve clearances. I've never checked these since I've had it, and I've done, I don't know, 7,000 miles now. Don't need to. So that's a plus point for the 500. And taxation classes, right, okay, well, I think these are now £57 a year for the 350, and it's nearly 90, I think, for the 500s. So you pay more for your road tax. Quality of finish, I can't really find fault with them. Yeah, well, it's like anything that's chrome and you put it out in weather, you're going to have to keep on top of it. You have to keep polishing it and making sure, keep an eye on it. And I've polished up the front wheel, but I haven't polished up the back one. Getting round to it, but not doing it. Yeah, so this hasn't got a fuel gauge, it's got a fuel light, and it gives you loads of warning. You know, I don't know how long you can get when you see the light on. Quite a long way, I think. This one's got a fuel gauge, which is a nice thing to have. But I can get about, on average, a little less or at 100 miles to the gallon out of this. That's imperial gallons, not the American little gallons, as we call them. This I can get 120 miles to gallon at a steady 60. That's not bad for a 500. Show me another 500 that will do that. So I just wanted to do a little comparison really between the two. They've both got disc brakes. You notice the discs on the right hand side on this one, and on the left hand side on this one. The brake on the 350 is actually bigger than the one on the 500. The chain is on the right side of the bike as you sit on it, and on the Classics on the left, and all the other bikes are on the left. It just happens to be this one's got a crossover gearbox in it which crosses the drive over. So there we are. If I had to keep one bike out of these two, which one would it be? I think it would have to be the 500. I'm afraid. I love the little 350, and I do. I've still got two of them. I mean, you know, that says a lot, doesn't it? But the 500 will do motorways, and it will do nearly 90 mile an hour. Is what I've seen on the speedo, with a little bit more left to go, and I didn't want to push it too much. This, you'll never see that sort of speed in it, because they are electronically limited to 72 mile an hour. But that doesn't mean to say that you can ride them at 72 mile an hour, because you can't. You know, you have to have a tailwind and be on a nice sort of flat bit of road, really, to get them up to the speed limiter. But that's not what you buy these little bikes for, is it? These are perfect for duffering around the back roads like I do with them. I have taken them on the motorways, and if you're prepared to sit behind lorries at 60 mile an hour, then you'll be forever happy. These, you can get out in the fast lane, and you know, you're not hindering anybody. These are a little bit more capable, but it's a 500 instead of a 350. That's why. So if you're on the cusp of thinking about buying a second-hand one of these, they're both good bikes. Don't get me wrong, they are both really good bikes. But the 500 has got a little bit more. It gives a little bit more. The Halcyon green one I've got, that's geared up a tooth. I've geared that up a tooth on the gearbox sprocket. This one's standard, and the other one's geared up one tooth. And I'm going to put it back to standard gearing because it's nicer to ride. If I get off that one and then onto this one, I think, oh, it's got a little bit more performance because it's not, you know, over geared. It won't go any faster, but it just seems more happy with its life. You know, you can get that eco light on the dash to come up at 60 mile an hour with this. Where 60 mile an hour with the one that's got an extra tooth on the gearbox sprocket, you get to 60 and your throttle opening is enough to make the eco light go out. So you think, yeah, it's not really economical to run it like this. You can keep the eco light on at 50 with the green one, but I've hit the rev limit, or the speed limiter with the green one, going down the A14, so it's no faster. 72 mile an hour. It's actually showing 75 on the speedo, but it's actually 72. It's the same for this one as well, except this one is revving its little nuts off, you know. But this isn't. This is a long stroke. Well, they're both long stroke, but this has definitely got the edge on torque and power. So anybody who's trying to compare a 350 with a 500, it's hopeless. It's like comparing a Mini with a Bentley. There's no comparison. They're both cars, yeah. These are both bikes, but they're in different classes. I don't regret buying this, and I don't regret buying this, and I won't be selling them anytime soon. So yeah, it just might help you change. Well, make your mind up really what you should be going for, depending on what you want to do. This will do it all. The 500 will do it all. It will duff around back roads quite happily, and it will do motorways. This will duff around back roads, and it will do motorways, but not as fast as this. You're not going to be keeping up with modern traffic on motorways with this. And I know, because I've been on plenty of motorways with this. it is what it is, and you know, you just have to hope people see you and don't run in the back of you. But I've done motorways with it for quite a few miles on it. So anyway, there you are. That's my little video in the sunshine on a, I don't know what day. I don't even know what day it is. Wednesday, is it? I don't know. All look the same to me. Right, okay, well on that I'm going to end that there, and I'll let you cogitate on which one you'd probably like. Probably won't like any of them. Go and buy Kawasaki. Bye bye.